Hi Libra, welcome into a brief next 48-hour tarot reading for you. I do want to remind you that this is general, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind, but it's meant to pertain to the following 48-hour period for you, beginning around when you were guided or drawn to this video, not just following when I posted. But as I lose my breath just slightly, I did get the channeled message already for you that this is going to be a very calm, peaceful, transitional period for you where I don't feel like you're going to have a ton of energy, potentially feeling a bit drained, but you will get a lot accomplished when you're meant to. Keep that in mind. You may just have a lot of tasks to get done, right? A lot on your plate, a lot of work for some, people to bond with even potentially. But I do sense that Spirit's saying any chance you have to meditate, even if that's just at the beginning of your each day, do so. It'll benefit you greatly. It'll keep you centered, grounded, or get you back to that way of being when you're trying to accomplish a ton. And there's also a feeling you kind of want to be in more than one place at a time, right? Wanting to just see things happen quicker, but Spirit's saying there's a beauty in you doing things in a balanced manner and getting things done in a slow and steady way, okay? I'm hearing quality over quantity, but let's pull from the language of, what's it called? The secret language of light oracle for Libra. Okay, coming out, soul song. So I really feel like there's, okay, a focus on music to an extent. It could be absolutely helpful. I would recommend utilizing music, peaceful music when meditating, if you find yourself doing that. But I do sense that there's a push to get your voice out there. You could already be expecting to do so in the next 48. A very angelic way about you, okay? And I do feel like your empathic abilities, for a lot drawn to this reading, are taking a highlight for one, if not multiple reasons, okay? Spread your wings and fly is what I'm hearing. Spread your wings and fly. I feel like there's just a light sort of peaceful, colorful way about the next 48 where you may struggle to a certain extent in certain ways to even speak at times, but when things end up coming to be, there's just a beautiful, angelic way about it. And I sense that you do have a way with words, even if you stumble from time to time, okay? But Spirit's saying this is the next 48 for you, where we're highlighting the fact that you need to sing your own LIBRAN song and help people along the way, okay? And finding your own, or remembering the way you naturally lead others. Interesting. And effectively lead oneself all the meanwhile. Being a leader and example, that's taking a highlight. Okay, nothing has gone wrong. Interesting. I don't think this has ever come out in one of my readings. And it's no coincidence that I'm wearing this this ring here, okay? So there's a focus on balance. There's a focus on your masculine side versus your feminine side, and when both are utilized to your advantage, okay? And I feel like you are going through certain changes on an inner level, on a core level, right? Soul development, if you will. But look at that, grounding. Let's take it. Feels relevant. I do feel as if you're full of insight being drawn to this reading, potentially due to your spiritual connection, your intuition. You may even find oneself gaining new insight in regards to the future of your business, your project, your job, your career in general, or in regards to the future of your love life, okay? Could be more than one category of your life that you're gaining this insight in regards to. But I also feel like you're thinking about expansion in one way, shape, or form in your life and seeing oneself going through a bit of an awakening, okay? And I feel like it's you kind of feeling like this isn't the best time for this awakening, but it could be partly why you're feeling a bit drained, okay? And some of you, I feel they need to say, are going through a bit of a spiritual increase, and that's coming with a bit of messing with, okay? But there's a focus on the color of your personality, the color of your way of accomplishing in the next 48, okay? And your big, loyal Libran heart taking a focus as well. I'm being shown a heart-shaped, what is it, a locket? And for one reason or another, okay? Let's open up is now what I'm hearing. Let's open up. There's a focus on the fact that you have been damaged to an extent or hurt by certain people when you chose to let them in, right? When it comes to dating and whatnot, even potentially friends. But Spirit's saying it's now time for you to open up a bit more, to let people in, okay, or back in. I feel like that goes for friends and for dating. From the Light Seers, what else do we have for Libra? Sorry, these are not straight at all. when I'm ranting at times as I'm being channeled through, I forget to even look at the camera. I blank out a bit. Okay. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay. I feel as if there's a moment or several moments of reflecting in the next 48 where you feel as if something should have worked out. Why didn't this happen the way I thought it was going to? Or why didn't this go as planned? Why didn't this last? Stuff of that nature. But Spirit's saying you need to twist it into a positive perspective, remembering, as it's written on my chest tattoo, everything happens for a reason. You will be reminded of just that. And it just feels like when it comes to making money and investment, something as small as you wanting to acquire something and that not working out for you, at least not in that specific time period. Does that make sense? Divine delays taking a highlight in one's mind. But you need to remember that everything happens for a reason, but in the same regard, everything happens when it's meant to, when it's destined to, whether you choose to believe that in the moment or not. But it just feels like you need to reground oneself in the next 48 due to all that you're coping with, dealing with, the changes that you're going through on a core soul level, okay? And I feel it's quite evident through your work, through conversations, through your desires changing even, okay? Okay, the way you communicate changing, that you're going through a lot of developments, okay? And you might find that this is kind of coinciding with or following or even before an external switch up, okay? However that ends up working for you. The Ten of Cups, so the number 1010 coming out, excuse me, talking about abundance, to say the very least. I know there's more to that number, but that's just what's coming through right now. But I do feel like, Libra, you're being reminded you deserve this perfect connection, or the perfect, the perfect outcome, right? Or future with that specific person, if you already know who that's meant to be for you. But I do feel like a lot of single Libras are drawn to this reading. And so it's you being reminded, yes, you're very career and finance focused, but you still deserve this love. Okay, you still deserve this happy home life, family life, however it works for you. And at the very, very least, you deserve ultimate happiness and color in your life, okay? Because it feels like certain past situations that didn't come to be or fell flat stripped away your color or outlook on life in a positive sense, at least to an extent. Does that make sense? I have no idea if I worded that correctly, but Spirit's saying you need to get back to seeing things as productive and purposeful for oneself, okay? Your inspiration for others will as well take a focus. I feel like we already said that. And we have the Queen of Swords. And so in the midst of you cutting something out or getting ready to, you need to reground oneself. Spirit's saying, what is leaving you feeling less grounded all the meanwhile? Is it consumption of something? Is it doing something too much? Is it you needing to just cut out time in the midst of your day-to-day routine the next 48 and moving forward in order to take care of oneself more, right? Cutting out that small chunk of time, even if it's just a few minutes at the beginning of each day, to meditate, to recenter oneself and ground oneself so you proceed in the calmest and coolest manner possible. And so, and to remember that in a sense puts a bubble around you to protect your inner peace, right? So that even, especially my empaths and extremely spiritually connected Libras, you're going to have moments where your energy is at risk, right? And so you need to do that and do whatever else you feel is necessary to protect it, okay? You owe it to oneself. And I just feel like there's going to be a moment where you do something to relieve any levels of stress that you're feeling at this time or have experienced recently, and it just feels right. And so remember that that strategy moving forward. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be moments where you lose your breath, and it's just, you almost can't even figure out why, but Spirit's saying it was a spirit, okay? And or someone else's energy around you. And if you do energy work or just spiritually connected work, if you're a tarot reader, naturally you could be picking up on somebody else's energy who you're reading for, or around you that's just very nervous, okay? Yeah, the Ten of Wands, Spirit's saying there's just a lot on your plate, but in the upcoming travel that a lot of you have, could be for the holiday or holidays, you need to pack lightly, Okay, don't make it more difficult and heavy than it needs to be. But yeah, I do feel like it's a very productive next 48 where you're allowing oneself to adapt, okay, quite nicely, and that's proving worthy. But there's a change that you made recently or that you're making in the next 48 that's leaving you feeling more peaceful, and you deserve this, period, okay? You deserve that peace, you deserve that comfort, and you deserve to leave behind moving forward more of what's not meant for you, okay, or who's not meant for you, because Spirit's saying you're going to easily manifest and bring in who and what's right for you at this point along your path. You may even find oneself quite efficiently manifesting, right? Even if it doesn't come in right off the bat, okay, it will come in when it's meant to. And so there's no need to fret, okay, when it comes to whatever you feel you need the most or you desire the most. But Spirit's saying this is a new version of you that we're highlighting in the next 48 that needs to be feeling more peaceful and surrounding oneself, wrapping oneself up with people, places, and situations that enhance that peace more so, that make you feel more grounded and don't strip away any of which, okay? You owe it to oneself at this point along your path. And I do feel as if you're gaining justice in regards to whatever change we were highlighting with the Hierophant, okay? And even in regards to certain little changes you're making to your routines to help one's overall well-being. It's a time period where you need to recognize that you have a lot going on, a lot changing once again, internally and externally. So just take a deep breath, do what you gotta do, don't rush, don't force it, and keep making adjustments and adapting as you do quite well as a Libra, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your next 48, and I'll see you next time.